A new family gifting strategy just opened up as part of Secure Act 2.0. Now, the strategy allows you to not only save for a family member's education, but also potentially retirement. Now, this new law opens up a door that allows you to roll over a 529 plan into a Roth IRA. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about the specifics of this strategy and also talk about why it can be a powerful strategy in some cases. Let's get into it. Now, for those that aren't familiar with 529 plans, a 529 plan is an education-focused account that you can open up really for anybody, whether that's a grandchild, a child, or another family member. And this can be a powerful account because it's a preferred education account. In certain states, I believe this is up to 30 states now, you can earn a state tax credit by contributing to this account. You can invest and grow the money within this account tax deferred, and then if the beneficiary takes the money out for qualified education expenses, that money can be withdrawn tax-free. There's also preferred status when it comes to 529 plans when we're looking at financial aid. It's treated as a parent asset rather than a child asset, so it's counted at a lesser degree in terms of financial aid eligibility. Now, a problem with 529 plans is that they can be a little bit constraining. For instance, if you're saving for a grandchild right now that was just born, 18 years from now, we don't really know what exactly the college landscape is going to look like. There's been a lot of downward pressure based on the rising cost of college, and I think if this trend continues, there has to be alternatives in the future. And so the question that's often asked is, what happens if I'm saving within a 529 plan, but that child doesn't end up going to college? Well, you have two options here. You can either withdraw money from that 529 plan, but you get hit with a 10% penalty, which can be quite costly. Or you can take that 529 plan and transfer it to a different child. But if you have a small family, this might be a moot point because you don't have the ability to transfer to a child you want to benefit from that 529 plan. Well, luckily with Secure Act 2.0, a new strategy just came available that allows you to roll over a 529 plan into a Roth IRA, thus allowing you to take that education-focused money and now help save for that beneficiary's retirement. But know that there are some important rules that you'll need to understand as part of this 529 to Roth rollover. Also understand this is not going to be available until 2024. But a few of the rules that you'll want to make sure you understand and are following is that a rollover must happen to the same beneficiary. And so if you're saving for, let's say, your grandchild inside of that 529 plan, well, then you can only roll over into a Roth IRA for that same grandchild, that same beneficiary. The amount that you're able to roll over on an annual basis is constrained not only by the annual contribution limit, but also by how much that beneficiary has already contributed to their Roth or traditional IRA. And so for instance, in 2023, we know that the Roth contribution limit is $6,500. And so if that beneficiary has earned income and they've already contributed $3,000 to their Roth IRA, then you're only able to roll over $3,500 to meet that annual contribution limit. And so it's constrained by how much the beneficiary also contributes to these accounts in that given year. Also understand that the plan must be 15 years old, and so you must have already started a 529 plan past the 15-year mark in order for this rollover to become available. And also understand that contributions and earnings over the last 5 years are not able to be rolled over. Now, the lifetime maximum rollover limit is going to be $35,000 per beneficiary, which will allow you to hit that annual Roth contribution limit for a few years. But then this leads us to the fifth thing you need to know, and I believe this is a powerful loophole for certain families. Understand that if you make too much income, you cannot contribute to a Roth. But this 529 to Roth rollover does not have any income limit. And so let's say you contributed to your grandchild's 529 plan for quite a few years, and that 529 plan has grown. And they now go into a career that is a high-paying career. And they used up some of those 529 plan funds while they were paying for their college, but now that they're graduated, they still have a balance left in that 529 plan. And they just began a career where they're earning quite a bit, thus disallowing them to contribute to a Roth IRA. Well, luckily with this loophole, you're able to still contribute to their Roth IRA through this 529 plan to Roth rollover rule. I think this rollover strategy is important for a couple of reasons, some that we've already discussed. One of those reasons, however, is it gives you the ability to save a little bit more aggressively inside of that 529 plan. You now have that get out of jail free card from some of the constraints within that 529 plan, like using specifically for college. Again, allowing you to roll over in retirement allows you to have two benefits or two optional benefits with contributing to that 529 plan. I also think this strategy allows for a little bit better tax savings than simply just contributing to a Roth for that given child. And so there is the ability that if that child had earned income in their later teen years, that you could just contribute to a Roth IRA on their behalf. Again, they need to have that earned income. But keep in mind, this is a little bit more beneficial of a strategy because when you contribute to a 529 plan, you can earn a state tax deduction or state tax credit. And so you get a little bit in the way of tax savings on that contribution, whereas you wouldn't gain that tax savings if you were just contributing to that beneficiary's Roth IRA directly. Now, a $35,000 lifetime maximum may not seem like that much on the front end, but understand as that money stays invested and compounds over time, it's compounding as tax-free dollars. And compounding over a long enough period of time can really turn that $35,000 into quite a bit of money. For instance, let's say you utilize this rollover strategy for a few years and you hit that lifetime limit by the time this person is ready to begin their working career. Now, let's just say they work for 40 years and they earn 10% on the money invested in this Roth IRA. Well, that $35,000 growing at 10% a year turns into $1.58 million. Now, keep in mind this should be discounted for inflation, so $1.58 million in 40 years isn't the same as $1.58 million right now. But nonetheless, this can be a powerful way to not only jumpstart that person's education savings, but also their retirement savings as well. Now, there is a lot included in this 4,000-page Secure Act 2.0 bill. We'll be covering a lot of these important changes in future videos, and so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. However, one that we just talked about that I believe is a massive change specifically for retirees is the changing of the RMD age. We have a video we just recorded right here that you can watch that talks through these 3 major RMD changes. Thanks for watching, and always remember, you don't need more money, you need a better plan.